Welcome to the Exposer. So guys, Mariam did a Periscope responding to her being released by TED Talks from speaking at one of the events. She also responds to some of the allegations regarding young people living with her. So let's watch this Periscope and I will leave your analysis at the end of the video.
I think the last 7 days for me have felt like a month. Yesterday alone felt like a year. The week has dragged so much. There's been so many things going on. I think every single day there's been something. And it's coincidental also that the focus is on new gen pastors. And I was looking at like the week, and I'll go through the things that happened this week, all the things that have happened with me, to me, for me, against me this week. And I was just thinking, bro, people kill themselves for a lot less than this. So I was looking at the difference and what the world sees as a difference between a Mariam and somebody else. A Mariam and somebody else. I'm thinking people kill themselves for a lot less. So with new gen pastors or celebrity pastors, whatever you guys want to call us, we face similar issues to what world leaders face, because celebrity pastors are just world leaders. So we face the same level of criticism. I guess as a Donald Trump, it's the same bashing, it's the same aggression, it's the same level of... Look, let me tell you guys something here. I have journalists following me with photographers everywhere, all the time, to my house, all the time. So for me, it's not a life that I chose. I didn't sign up for that. I didn't sign up to say, hey guys, when the oil touches my head, this is what I want. Now, I think about how the world deals with these issues. How do they deal with this level of problem? It's a problem. They don't. They resort to therapy. They go to the Priory. They take drugs. They break down, or they hide. They go on, celebrities, once you catch them with something or drugs or have an affair, they hide for 2 years and release an album or something like that. They go and get better. But being a pastor, I have to make myself better. I can't wait. It's not like, oh yeah, so you've got time to run away and escape and make life better for yourself. No, I think it was sometime this week, me and the girls were doing our usual prayers, and I just found myself crying differently. And you would think that I'm crying. I'm not crying. I need you guys to hear me. Okay, I'm coming. I found myself crying in a place of prayer, not because I'm tired, not because I'm upset, not because I'm weak, not because I feel a way about anything. Gratitude. Life of a celebrity pastor. What is the life of a new gen pastor? It is full of scandal, guys. It's not gonna not be full of scandal. No, it's gonna be full of scandal. Why? Because it's a young person. What is a 24-year-old man doing on the roads? And then you call him up to a place of accountability with people, and you make that 24-year-old guy have a house, and his bills are what, like 5, 6, 7K every month. And he's living with other people's kids who are madness as well. They don't want to go to school. They don't want to listen to you. Do you think it's not the life of a leader? A 24-year-old leader is mental. Talk less of a life like mine. I live with 10 people. Those people don't live with me by choice, kind of thing. Not by my choice. Not by my choice. They live voluntarily by their own choice. But they live with me because some of them don't really have anywhere to go. Like that. Somebody made a reference and they said, oh, you live with vulnerable people. Hold on. The women I live with are 26, 27, 29, 30. They're not vulnerable people. One. Secondly, they're all PAs to CEO of the largest insurance company in the world, AXA. PA to CEOs of some of the largest fashion brands in the world. These are not vulnerable people. Two of them have a master's. One of them is doing a master's degree. I didn't go to school. You can imagine There's never been a single fight in my house, not one fight ever, but there's disagreements. Do you know what so if a house that doesn't fight, can you imagine what a house when they disagree, what it's like for me? It's mad. Through this platform, I'm able to teach or give you an inside scope of what it is. It has its challenges. It does have its challenges. It has emotional challenges. It has financial challenges. You've got today, somebody loves you, your friend loves you in church. Tomorrow, we go through whatever's happening in the world. Gossip, we go through those things. Relationship issues, we go through those things. But what keeps it pure is the word. So my challenge or my quest for those that are in the house as pastors, you're going through the same thing. Let's say now there's a scandal about you, or somebody's writing about you, they're saying something about you. The girl that's writing about you, she's going through it in her own corner. She just wants to express and make somebody else feel a bit bad. And that's okay. You have to take it because you're the leader. You're the world leader, so you have to take it. How am I going to be able to tell people to come out of something that I haven't come out of? How am I going to tell people to come out of things I haven't been out of? Guys, if you know, yesterday, for the first time in my life, I sat down and I thought, bloody hell, how am I doing this, Lord? For the love of God, why are you doing this? Why do you go through these things? Why do you take on people's burdens? Why do you take on people's scars? I had to sit down and ask myself a question. Why? Let me tell you something about the world. They don't like me anyway. Being in Spac is just an extra reason. It's just like, oh shit, she's there as well. I just swore, yes, it's fine. She's there as well. Awesome. Did I see Pastor Sam's message in the group chat? That's my leader, you know. In fact, you know Pastor Sam, yeah? I'm gonna answer the question. I'm coming back to you, sweetheart. 1 second, yeah? I'm gonna tell you something now. Why do I do what I do? I asked myself that question, and I looked around me, and I saw these young girls, and I saw myself. I saw who I was. Look at me now. Look at my scars. You see people, yeah, you show them your scars, they run away. I show you my criminal record, you start talking. There's nothing nobody's gonna tell me to stop helping people or to stop serving where I serve. Because one man looked, you guys know, imagine, yeah, all the dark things you've heard about me, they're not even half the truth. They're not even half of it. There's more. You just ain't been exposed to it. You just don't know. My life is cruddier than this. What you've heard about me is a third. My brothers will tell you. Pastor Alex just happens to be one of my best friends, coincidentally. I'm gonna answer your question. Pastor Alex is actually one of my best friends. When I'm having a hard day, when I need to cry, and I do a lot, yeah, it's Pastor Alex that I call to. Why? Because they get me. They understand my scars. I can open my closet and they're not gonna be like, oh, what's that? They're gonna be like, yeah, I got something similar to that as well. I got that. I know what that looks like. I've seen this before. So there's no way ever in my life will I ever drop them out. You see, my boldness to speak on this Periscope here, Pastor Sam taught me. He gave me I don't want to use certain scriptural words, but scripturally, my first sword. I remember when I used to do announcements in Hackney Live, and I was scared of people because I always thought that people look at me and say, look at her. How dare she come up on the altar and speak and give announcements? Have you not seen? My mind would just tell me what other people are thinking about me in service. Before I've even done it, fear. I couldn't even do announcements. I'll be looking down like, okay, hi guys, good morning, today, and Peace Sam will rip me. And he'll say stuff like, when you're on that stage, it's yours. It belongs to you. Shush and listen. When you're on that stage there, it belongs to you. Therefore, don't be afraid and don't be timid of people. There'll be times when I'll come on Periscope and I'll say some mad stuff. Yeah, some mad stuff like that I probably shouldn't have said. And then my dad will come on to me, I'll get in trouble. And then I'll go to Peace Sam and he'll be like, you're going to go back on Periscope tomorrow morning. You know that, right? You know you're not going to quit. It's not like whatever. 3 years ago, The same journalist, I can't remember your name. Is it Robert? I don't know what your name is. The guy from the Telegraph. Hi, Rob. Wrote an article about me. And to be honest with you, Rob, you are a G. 3 years ago, you had me in my bed, bound, under my covers, crying, had my lights out, couldn't get up, I couldn't even breathe. Didn't even know what I was going to do. But it was a Pastor Nicky, a P-Sam, and actually a Pastor Martin at the time that called me and were like, yeah, I hear all of that. There's a word Pastor Nicky said. She said to me that she said, I hear an opportunity. That was the word Pastor Nicky gave me. Said, I hear an opportunity to rise. And she just dropped the phone. She was like, yeah, keep it moving. Anything you see my brothers do, I'm capable of doing worse. As are you. As are you. You have never had nobody live in your house. So your temperament has not been pushed to that level. So you don't have the grounds to speak on what it is to have other people's children do a madness to you. I'll go as far as saying that some of you ain't had your house robbed before. Are people that you love and look after and still bring them back in your house. Talking about. Let me tell you something now. For the record, they're lucky. I shouldn't be a pastor if you have no emotional control. That's fair to you. But let's put these things to the side. Let's now drop the antics of like, oh, these are pastors. They shouldn't be doing this. They're pastors. Yeah, I hear all of that, bro. Let's bring down some reality. It's like almost like I feel like I can't even speak on this scope anymore. I'm just telling you that they are very lucky. The girls that live with me wouldn't dare. They wouldn't. How? It's never gonna happen. Ever. And let me tell you why it's never gonna happen. Number one, yeah, as a pastor, I choose independently to live with people. It's not like it's funded by somewhere or an organization. I choose to take on this burden. I don't have to. It's not compulsory. Therefore, you've had your fun now. Therefore, anybody that's coming to give me stress, the door is free and wide open. God, I haven't got time for that. No time for that. 1. 2, guys. 2. I have never received no grants, no funding. If I did, they would have been asking for their money back right now and they've gone to the paper. We do this on our own. The life of a new gen pastor, the life of a celebrity pastor. Celebrities are paid and they're endorsed to chat shit on behalf of brands. There's no endorsement except the word. Except the platform that our Father has given us. All you've got is the word. And you got to make it happen with the word. I've got 10 people that live with me and about 25, 30 people that I'm leading. And guess what? Life goes on. You can go and write a paper, an article, or whatever you're going to say about me. Guess what? Come an hour after that article's written, a young lady's still going to ask me for lunch money. Ask me where her mum is. But let me go as far as this. Last week was so funny. So sorry, sweetheart. I'm going to have to mention this. Yeah? One of my young ladies messaged me and she said, Ma, I'm in hospital right now. I'm not well. I'm not feeling well. I need some money for food as well because in short that she missed the food time and it's late and And I said, okay, who are you in hospital with? She's a very young lady that I'm mentoring. I'm with my mum in hospital. Do you want to speak to her? And I was very surprised that the mum wanted to speak to me because Auntie cussed me yesterday. She was ripping me. Everything you guys have said about me, she said 10 times more. She started a WhatsApp group chat, went amongst her friends and other aunties and they were ripping me. So I was like, oh, she wants to talk. The mum then asked me for money for food for her and her child. You guys are not listening to what I'm saying. This auntie had been ripping me for weeks. Then her daughter's in hospital. They called my phone. The daughter said, my mum wants to speak to you. And I'm thinking, oh, here it goes. I'm going to get a cussing now. And the mum's like, Pastor Mariam, can you send us some money for, I left my card at home. What are you talking about? Auntie, if you're watching, hello, mum. This is not a snub at all. by any means to her. It just showed me two things. Hell or high waters, the nation is always going to be needed. There was no government there. NHS told her that the food thing was shut. I didn't see no politicians or local politician come and take out money from his pocket. No, the nation was there. I realized that poverty in London is real, and this is why it doesn't matter how much people say things. There's no meat, okay. There's none, yeah, for sure, yeah. No matter what happens, I can't quit what I'm doing. I can't quit what I'm doing because there is a mother somewhere waiting for me to feed, not her and her child. Let me tell you something now. I'm not trying to be weird. I'm not trying to be funny or whatever, but I'm going to say this. God forbid the day I cuss a pastor out that's helping my child or warn my child of something and they have to feed me. That's not pride. If I'm saying that somebody's doing a better job than me, I'm going to endorse them because I understand that I don't always have it right. I can't always get it right. No. There are people ahead of me that get it right. And I even now have to go to them and say, can I get some advice on this, and that? Celebrity pastors, we're just on the cross and everybody's just having a go. But they have to, that is how it has to be. I have never approached any organization, any company and say, can I work with you? I don't do that. Let me tell you why I don't do that. And you know me, guys, and you guys come on my Periscope because I'm bold. I'm not endorsed by any company and they cannot sue me because I'm not endorsed. I have never approached TED to speak on their platform. I am bigger. Yes, sir. I'm coming. I have never approached anybody, any of the companies you see I work with. I have never gone to them and say, can we work together? Let me tell you why. By the time some of these people look at my past, they're gonna, even if they want to, even if their heart wants them to work with me, they will not be able to stomach the truth of my past. My past is not pretty. My past is not. I go to the nail shop and the woman that's doing my nails, she's looking at me like I'm nuts. I have never approached any company and said, can we work together? You know, my name is Mariam. This is my... I could swear. Never. For why? It's not because I'm prideful. I've just understood how I build. I've understood my structure. My structure is not going... I don't see, my father doesn't do it. Every company I've ever collaborated with or worked with or has asked to or wants to work with me, they came to me, they sourced me. They asked for meetings through a third or second party. I've never pitched or put myself forward. So now, it would be irresponsible to those that follow me for me not to give a reply on this. And that's the only reason why I'm doing it. Because I love those that have been watching me. I know some of you guys have been following me on Instagram for 8 years, 9. Even some of you from Facebook, you followed me from various platforms and you see. And I do owe you a response. A press release, because I don't do written statements. This is the only place you're going to get a response from me. I didn't approach any organization to speak on their platform at all. I was approached. I sat with them. They know my story through and through. There was no... Anything that they're hearing of me now is not a surprise. I've sat with their licensee holders. They love me, to be fair. But the reality is that my name overshadowed every other speaker. You go on the Instagram and you guys are just on me, the positive stuff now. You guys are just talking about me. And then on the negative stuff, you guys are just talking about me. So the only thing that's happening is my name. So how then would it be fair for 10 other or 9 other or 8 other reputable people to speak? You wouldn't be able to hear them because the only thing that's on people's mind is, what is Mariam going to say? So it was a fair decision and a fair and mutual decision for me to not speak because my name in short overshadowed the whole event. This is the most noise a TED platform has ever had pre-launch. Ever. I haven't even opened my mouth yet. What that then allowed me to see is who I am. God will set up situations and circumstances for you to know who you are. I said to God, don't you dare give me this as a test. This is not my test. This cannot be my test. Why? I've been through worse than this. Also, I understand timings. 3 years ago, this same journalist wrote about me. If I am affected by this today, it means I've gone back 3 years. God forbid. Lord, this is not my test. I am going to stand firm. Instagram, I went through this 5 years ago. This is not my test. Send your angels back. Bring me more money and a higher law fee or legal fee. Let us now say Mariam has done you guys have not even heard that Mariam has done £1 million scandal. God, how? On what? Until then, God, you have not given me a test. I don't want this stuff anymore. I don't want this stuff. I don't want to hear this stuff. This is not my test. This is not God. That God is joking. I don't know about your relationship with God. I'm talking to you guys about new gen pastors. I refuse to be religious. I refuse to say amen and give my pastor £1 in an offering. But he's the person that marries you. He's the person that buries people on your behalf. He cries for you. I don't want to go to that church. And I'm not going to pastor that kind of church. And I'm not going to speak or be a part of any kind of religious organizationist, organized stuff like that. No. I want to walk in the spirit. Get in my brain and understand what it is I'm asking you to do. You've been around me enough. So I'm talking about those who their fathers have sent them. Their father is disappointed. I'm telling you the truth. Because why is this woman not stopping? What is wrong with this woman? Let me tell you what's wrong with me. The hours, I'm saying to the girls around me that I'm going to be unrelenting in my time spent in the word. It may look like I do a lot of activity. It may look like I take a lot of pictures. It may look like I've just mastered taking one good picture. I'm not going to spend my time building a brand. I'm not going to spend my time. I'm going to spend my time in the word. What does it take to be a new gen pastor? It's not Dior belts, Chanel bags, Saint Laurent shoes, long hair, inches and full slashes. That doesn't make a new gen pastor. It's what we do before we come up. Before you see us, there's a work that we've been doing. Do you know what it takes to live with people? Adults. Kind of talking to me about vulnerable kids. Shut up. I don't have no kids that live with me. Do you know what it is to live with adults? Some of you guys can't share your room with your sister. Do you know what it takes to live with 10 female adults? And you're single-handedly managing all the bills. Single-handedly. Sometimes I wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning and I cook. Providing food, sanitary towels. Do you know what it takes? There's no journalist. There's no journalist in the world that can take that power away from me. There is no blogger in the world that can take that power away from me. There is nobody. Why? Because it's a heart work. It's a work that's done from the heart. Not a work that's done because of what men are saying, but it's a heart work. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to do this. And yes, there are days that you feel challenged. In those days, I'm able to. I'm so, guys. You guys don't understand. You guys, you've seen. You know, I love my brothers. I love them. It's like I feel like I'm a guy. It's like I do feel like sometimes I'm a guy. I love them so much. Like we fight a lot. By the way, when I fight them, it's like, yeah, we fight a lot. But I love them so much. Do you know why? Because they're the only ones I've been able to show my scars to and they haven't run. I'm able to open my closet and say, yeah, look at that. They look at my back and they see stab wounds from my back. And they just cover it. My brothers, are you joking? I don't play when it comes to that. I'm loyal. A different level. Why? Because I've experienced love. The love that I didn't get when I was outside in the world, I've seen here. People that have seen an imperfect person, an imperfect woman, and they say, no, we're gonna cover you. What does it take to be a celebrity pastor? You have to be willing to be nailed on the cross. The cross may be a tabloid. Let me tell you what happens to yesterday's paper. Go to your local fish and chip shop, yeah? And what they're doing on the fish and chips here is they put the chips on the paper, pour some salt on it, and some vinegar, and the paper is mashed up. Yesterday's paper is just that. Yesterday. But the present issues are still in my face now. I still have to find somebody lunch money, travel money, school clothes. That is present issues. A now man, I need to be present in the word. People don't have to see what you're doing in terms of your word intake and your service level and your seed. You guys must have the wrong number. As for me, Mariam, I am bold. I am proud. I will never stop talking about ministering on finances. It's my life. You don't have to agree with my principles, but I can actually say I have brought giving. Look, let me tell you something now. Those that came before me, the amazing women like Paula White and all of these amazing, incredible powerhouses that speak on finances have never printed tabloids. So I know that there's been a shift. When you've got national newspaper, not gossip bloggers, forget those are too small. A lot of you guys are trying to come up on me. And I love the fact that I can make you money. It makes me proud. It makes me happy. When was the last time anybody aged 18 to 30 bought the Telegraph? Piss off. What are you talking about? Never. When was the last time they bought the Sunday Times? They don't subscribe. They don't read your articles. But you have to use a new gen pastor, a celebrity pastor, to get views. I get it. I get it. I know the turnover was crazy just because of our names, new generation leaders. I get it, guys. I'm excited, and I absolutely love my life. I love those that I'm serving with. I love those lives that I'm changing one at a time. I love what I've been privileged to do. My business hasn't stopped ticking. I'm sorry to disappoint you. In fact, what you've done is that I've got more clients. More women are saying to me, make me like you. I have fear of this and that has happened in my life. Can I pay you to help me change my life? Yeah. Thank you. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you guys are considerate enough to know that I've got people to feed. So I look out. I look out for all the good work you guys are doing, and it's not even about that anymore. Right now it's just about actually doing. No matter how pressed you are, don't give up, guys. I know it sounds, and I don't like using those words because they sound very cliche. Don't give up. You need you. Meaning that there is a you out there that needs you.
So you heard Mariam again failing to fully respond to the allegation. There was a lot of contradiction in a lot of the things she said. She mentioned she lives with girls from the age of 20 to the age of 30. And she also mentioned those girls are CEOs of companies. Some of these girls are doing their masters at universities. Some already have their masters. Some are PA of organizations. But then again, later on, she ends up saying a lot of the people that live under her, she feeds them. She pays everything for them. So the contradiction is there. So if these girls have incredible jobs, it means they should be on incredible salaries. So what would be the reason for them living with Mariam? There's been text messages exposed on Mariam, with her encouraging these girls to take out money from wherever, to raise money. She mentioned raise 4K in 30 minutes. She's told them to raise 20K. She's told them to raise 10K. We know there's evidence out there of Mariam explaining that people should take out loans. I have evidence of young girls messaging me that were part of these groups, telling me they have taken out loans and phone contracts because Mariam has pressured them to do it. So this woman is clearly lying. The reason these people, these young girls live with her is because she extorts them. She gets everything from them. This is the reason they're in her house. She's not the one paying the bills. She's not the one that's paying for food or providing. They are the ones providing for her. Without them, she wouldn't raise this crazy amount of money that she's doing. So she's lying to us, and she's failing to own up to her mistakes, despite all the evidence that's out there. She didn't even touch on that. Her being exposed, telling young girls to behave like terrorists. And I know there are girls that are young that go to this house that Mariam lives at on a regular basis. So she's lying. She's lying to the whole public. And also she mentioned that she was bigger than TED Talks, and she also said that she never messages companies. Companies come to her. Again, that's another lie, because you can see how proud she is when she's announced to speak at these big events. Today, nobody wants to work with Mariam. This is the reason why. She has to come on a periscope and pretend that everything is going great. She's trying to use reverse psychology in a sense where she's making it look like all the videos of her being exposed, all of the papers, all the articles written about her is helping her gain more money and more opportunities. But it is a lie, guys, because since we've done that, Mariam hasn't been able to do the things that she does. The reality is, this is a woman who relies on young girls, and when I say young, it could be 18, 17, 20, 21, 23, girls much younger than her. She relies on them to provide for her, and this is the reality. So she needs to stop telling us that she's feeding people, because they are feeding her. She's exploiting these girls. They are afraid of her. And I know this as a fact because I have spoken to these girls, some who are still part of her line. They don't know what to do because they are in debt. So they're afraid to leave because they feel like the responsibility will be much higher if they were to leave. So they're hoping of some miracle where Mariam will somehow pay the debt back. But what we know is Mariam has used that money to give to Pastor Toby. She's used that money to buy her Chanel bags. So she needs to stop pretending. A compulsive liar. She just lies and lies and lies. She still hasn't owned up to one thing. She tries to use Bible scriptures by saying she's going through a test like people in the Bible did. This is her way of making her mind think that she's doing the right thing. This is when you know somebody needs help. So we must pray for God to deliver Mariam from all these thoughts, for her to come to reality and see that she's doing wrong to these young girls. She has left a lot of people in debt. She has left a lot of people who are struggling. And she doesn't want to take any responsibility for the things that she has done. So let's pray for these young girls also to get the strength to walk away from this woman. Everything has been exposed about this woman. She has exposed herself. We've seen in the manner that she talks. We've clearly seen this woman does not even believe in the Bible nor the word of God. She believes in one man, and that person is PT. We know that she speaks in a way which is inappropriate. We know that she has no respect for anybody. We've seen her mistreat some of the girls that live in her house. We've seen her lay down rules in her household where everyone must declare their finances to her, where she must control their finances. We've seen all the evidence that we need, and it's time for the authorities to step in, because what they need to understand is a lot of these young girls will not go to the police because of fear. The only way these young girls will leave and go to the police is if they find a solution to resolve the debts that they have. So I don't know what we can do as a community, but something needs to be done, because these girls need to be freed. They have a long future ahead of them. Mariam is somebody that's given up on her own future, and she believes her life revolves around taking from people to survive. So we must pray to break that spirit also.